Yello, everybody. This is just a short intro before we start the episode officially. It has been actually a couple of days, a bit more than a week between the two episodes. And the main reason is because I was sort of had obligations in real life, and at the same time, the this is not the main series, the main game I'm currently playing. As you might have seen on my channel, I'm currently focused on Shakes and Fidget, which is a satire type of a Warcraft game. And with this in mind, I uploaded the first episode and left it there. The sort of views were quite low, so I just decided to take it slowly. However, I've seen that you have been active. People have been watching my first episode, so here is the second episode, and hope you enjoy it. If you like this type of content, don't forget to like and subscribe, and turn on notification when a new episode is out. And don't forget to leave the comment below, just if you want to comment something. If I'm doing something wrong, if you have any advice, I'll be glad to read it and answer to you. Hello everybody, and welcome to second episode of our gold challenge in a Wrath of Lich King Classic, where we are trying to establish a free-to-play character, to put it like that. So we are gonna make a um, sort of auction house farming, flipping character, which would enable us to buy both token on a regular basis and hence play the World of Warcraft for free. Bear in mind that, of course, I mean, it should work like that. Buying a WoW token in Wrath of Lich King Classic will also enable you to play Classic Era Hardcore or, for example, Dragonflight if you already have the Dragonflight expansion purchased on your account. But nonetheless, this would enable you to play on a monthly level regularly. And just as an update, so where we ended up is you will also see it on the screen. So we have 93 of liquid gold, 93 silver of liquid gold. We actually had some auction house, and let's immediately check it. So here it is. We have 6.6.5 gold waiting for us, and we even have some peace bloom which did not sell. So we would now take all of this and we will immediately repost the peace bloom. But before that, actually, let's do what we have been doing in the first episode. Let's quickly check the vendors to get the materials from them and post them as well. In today's episode, I'm gonna focus on leveling to level 20. I mean, as close as 20, and we're gonna do our first flipping search, as there is no reason to wait now for us to be level 20, because we anyway need gold, um, mainly because of two reasons. First, the more gold you have, the easier it is to flip, so it would be faster to get to our goal. And then second thing is, since I plan to level leatherworking and enchanting, I do need some capital for that as well. So from that point of view, it would take us some time to or gold to buy the materials. Now I do plan on, because I have already skinning. You can see it here. I have leatherworking and skinning already at hand. I do plan to skin some animals while I'm leveling and use the leather to level up leatherworking, but probably I would need some additional letters from the auction house to be able to level it up until level 200, which is my goal. At the same time, the idea is to level enchanting to level 125, if I'm not mistaken, which is not that problematic. It does require a lot of strange dust, but nonetheless, we are gonna cover that in a future episode. Now, one might ask, we could just save this strange dust, but it is like per, I don't know, day you can buy 4 6 of those. It would take a long time to collect all of the strange dust which we need, so I would just opt in buying them later and maybe buying in bulk to get it on a discounted um, with a discounted price. So once more, to remind you what I have been doing. So from the alchemy vendor, I've been purchasing the herbs, and from the enchanting vendor I have been purchasing the materials, the dust and the magic essence, which enable me to flip it for a quick buck, quick profit. And it has been actually going great because you can see that we have 7 gold already, which is really really nice, and we already have some additional materials here to post. Let's quickly check how much we have here in the canceling. So we have a gold and a half in addition, and bear in mind we started with, well, 0. We started this character completely new. So I will continue leveling, and once I am a bit higher level I will come back. Maybe this stuff will be sold, and if it would be sold, not solved, English is hard sometimes, so we will have some capital to start flipping the auction house itself. So back in game, I have actually managed to get to level 12. Not that much leveling I have done. I'm trying my best, but there is a lot of in real life things to do. However, I wanted to check what's the status of the mailbox. Oh, experience increased. This is really nice. This will speed up our leveling. Nonetheless, so we actually have some sales, and most of it is sold. There is some silver leaf left. We will pick up everything, and we will quickly check the vendors before doing the first shopping scan, because we now have 8 gold and we can shop for some items and try to flip them. Now, one thing which I did in the meantime is I reviewed my TSM posting operations, and I set them up in a different way, because the last time I did not like how it was posting, so I was actually then using Oceanator. I cannot say that it's still working properly. I need to test it out, because the thing is that my posting operations expect average buy and the DB market. The problem with this is that so far I did not buy anything, so there is no average buy, and then he's always looking at the DB market. And then there is a second problem. If I look at the DB market of light leather, it's 10 silver, while on my realm it says 4, it's actually 6, but it's still way below the market value. Considering this, he would then actually not sell anything, or he would just say that nothing is sort of enough. Let's try to flip this. This is actually quite good. I don't know if there is a better one later on. But I mean, the minimum buyout is 7 and it's 25 silver, so why not? Let's try to flip that one. Perhaps it would go, perhaps it would not. It's a great elixir which you can get. I have not seen it in the past days on the vendor, so maybe it's not that sort of often appearing. Maybe it's a bit rarer. The region average daily sold is quite low, but let's try it out. We will, I mean, if we sell it for 5 gold, it would still be fine. Here we would have, okay, nothing, so nothing there. Let's just quickly now go to the auction house, and then quickly to check out if we can find anything. This is actually really nice. We bought it for what was this? I cannot remember. Yeah, it was for 50 copper, or maybe a bit more, because 50 copper is a sell price, so it's probably we paid it a bit more, but it's 1 gold for piece minimum buyout, which is really really nice. So again, don't forget to check out those vendors from time to time. Let's now actually try. So the thing is, if I now run post scan for auctioning, you can see that cheapest auction below minimum price, and this is the problem because none of these I have bought. So he's then using the market value, and the market value for Wild Steel Bloom is 1.7 gold, and 1 gold is minimum buyout, which is way below. So this is exactly the problem. So if I would be using minimum buyout, then the problem is that minimum buyout might be too low. So this is exactly what problem is with the posting. When we buy some, then probably would refresh it a bit, but at the moment then we would just be using Auctionator until we purchase some stuff. So let's do this one. Silver leaf, 55 copper. This was more expensive before. We might check. Oh no, I thought of resetting the market, but this is like 15 stacks of 20. I would keep this for now. I would not post it because it's just too negligible, the amount. Linen cloth, also this dropped significantly. Light leather we will not sell. Earthroot is also like quite cheap. This, if someone is leveling uh, the cooking. So that's more or less it. Let me just quickly review. So this one, yes, the pattern. So let's try. I mean, this we will put for 24 hours because God knows if it will be sold. I also have these two. I don't think anyone, because this is easy enough to get. But let's try. Let's. I mean, 20 silver is 20 silver. So let's see if anyone would buy it. This one is actually bad because it requires you 3 different ingredients, and no one will be leveling with this. The previous one required only boar meat or something like that, so it's much more lucrative than this one for leveling. So it sort of just doesn't make sense. I will just quickly also put this one and this one. So these two I will put in the bank. By the way, I got this item, like it restores mana for mage. Really nice. I did a mage quest. It's so cool. That one I would not disenchant, at least not at the moment. These ones I will keep because of disenchanting, and these ones I would also keep. All the other I will later on sell to vendor or similar. Hops you could actually I think sell on auction house because it is needed for something. I cannot now remember what, but you can see that the sell rate is like 1. Probably no one is buying this because you can find something else instead of the hops, or I mean whatever the recipe it is needed for. Just to quickly check, WoW token is 8,000. Oh, it's getting up in price, so our challenge is getting more harder and harder. So let's quickly do a TSM shopping scan. So browse, I have selected only the groups for materials, so run shopping scan. And let's see if there is anything which we can buy. There is some wild wine and some earthroot, which is really underpriced in comparison to the average. So the DB market price. We will see if there is anything which we could, in theory, sort of buy out and then potentially just sort of reset the market, or at least reset to a certain level, like up to 50% of the price or whatever. But let's just quickly check what's there. So while it is scanning, I wanted to finish the scan. Actually, we can pause it. I wanted to finish the scan, but it will take a long time, and we already have a bunch of items which we could, in theory, check out. So Silverleaf, there is just too many. Like, this is just too much items. Even though this is not too expensive, it would take too much to reset. Earthroot, same situation. Let's check Winter's Bite. Winter's Bite is actually, yeah, 2.5 average daily sold. In theory, we could reset to 88, but I don't think it's required that much, so I don't think people will be buying it. So I will skip that one. Wild Wine actually could be interesting. There's not too many of them. There's 11 here, which is 3 gold. We would not have enough money to reset this, but this would be a potential nice reset, because wild wine is needed for a couple of items which you need to circumvent the leveling, like I don't know, around 175, let's say, until 180 you need to grab a couple of items with wild wine, unless you want to search for a specific pattern. Now I cannot remember exactly, but it could be interesting. So this one here also, this is like too much. This is like 10 gold close to. So this one is not an option. Peace Bloom. Again, I mean, we could actually go all the way to here. This would not be too much. This is 30 silver, 60. Yeah, we could reset this Peace Bloom. Let's do that. So we would buy out all of this Peace Bloom. I think we would have enough money all the way to 5 gold 30. To 5 silver 30, sorry. And then we would just repost everything for 5 gold 5. Yep. So until here we even have some more left. So we will post at this price, and this should be nice. And what was else? So there was a solid stone. So we were at 10 stone. Let's see, 10 stone. Too many to be able to reset, so we will skip this one. Gold torn. Nothing in particular. Like this is, I mean, there is not too much of them, but difference in the price. I mean, we could in theory buy this, but we have 5 pieces here and 80 silver each. This is for gold. We don't have enough money for that one. Gold torn is nice if you have enough gold. Gold torn is really searched for item. This is actually not bad, since we will get 1 gold of profit, but we don't have enough to buy. Like we are probably missing some, like, yeah, like 50 cents we were missing. In theory, we could try and get it from like selling these items, but probably will not be able to. But this would be nice, because King's Blood is also an item which is required for leveling the profession. This solid stone we will for sure buy, because there is a difference of 6 silver between the two. Then there is the purple lotus. A 17, we don't have enough gold for this. And Khadgar's whisker, same here. This would be like 11 pieces. This is 6 gold. We don't have enough gold for that one. But nonetheless, so we have already something both. So we have quite a lot actually of Peace Bloom. Let's just quickly check how much we have. And we have like 5-6 stacks and something more. So let's quickly go to the auction house, and let's actually try now, because now I have bought some Peace Bloom. Let's see if now actually it still does not work. I am not sure why. Nonetheless, I would continue checking this out. In the meantime, I would sell it like this. So we have 4 or 5, so it's 6 gold for these 6 stacks. And I would post it for 12 just to save some money. And then the rest of 8. Perfect. And we bought also solid stone, which we can repost. So that would be it at the moment. There is 16 gold. Of course, there is the elixir, which we added, which is increasing the price a lot. However, we have a bunch of this steel bloom. Like we have 120 pieces times 5 silver, which is like 6 gold. It's stated, so it's really nice. Let's actually quickly check in TSM, my auction house. So yeah, we have like here 2, 4, 6 gold on this Peace Bloom, and we also have a bit of on the solid stone, so it would be a really nice profit once we sell this. And we're back in game after some bit of leveling. You can see that we are level 14, and we have a bit of additional mats which we gathered whilst leveling in the Westfall. But we also have our auction house mails, so let's see what exactly we managed to sell. If we actually did manage to sell all of the Peace Bloom, if I see correctly. Yeah, all 6 stacks. Really nice. We are already at 10 gold, almost like 9.70. Let's just quickly check the vendors before we scan the auction house quickly, and then we will leave it at there after we post everything which we have, and then we will continue our leveling journey while the stuff is selling. Of course, I would like to emphasize once more that you don't have to level. You can just stay in the city and do what I'm doing at the moment, so visiting these vendors and flipping the auction house. However, I decided to level a bit. First, I like leveling, and second, at level 20, I mean, the higher level you are, it opens up different possibilities. Let's put it like that. Because you can level some professions, do some stuff. For example, if you have enchanting, you can do a disenchant search, and the thing is that certain sort of level of items require a certain skill in enchanting to be able to disenchant the item. So You cannot just keep it as it was before. You cannot just keep it at level 1 and that's it. You need to level up. So let's say at level 20 you can have maximum of 225 skill, which would enable you to disenchant, I think, all the way until TBC. I don't think TBC requires 300. I think 200 or 225, maybe epics. But sort of green items you can disenchant. So at level 20, this is one of the opportunity which sort of opens up. What also opens up is tailoring to craft some bags or similar. Granted that 225, I don't think gives you possibility to make rune cloth bags. However, it does probably. Okay, sorry. What does open probably some other items which you can build, craft. So generally it's a quite an interesting thing. We will first cancel all of these, um, the last two, because they are sort of the patterns. I would keep them because they anyway sell so slow. Even if I'm undercut, I would just keep them as it is. These ones I would pick up, and I would do a quick um, browse. The reason for why I'm doing the browse as well is because I don't want to post the items which I already have and then miss an opportunity of doing some flips. So I want to first do a search, and then sort of to buy out all of the items and then post everything, and then I will log off for the time being. And once I'm back, hopefully I would have some sales. So this would take a bit, so I will get back after it's finished. So as last time, I will actually stop it because it's really taking a long time. I can see that mostly it's the herbs here, so I might turn off the herbs afterwards and then run a scan. Let's on a specific group. It might run faster, but let's just quickly scan through. So Peace Bloom still has some cheap stuff. Um, Resetting all the way to here would be too expensive. There is like here 7 times 20, so I would not do that, because the difference, I mean, I could take these 10 and repost for 4. This would be like a for 20 silver, but this is, I mean, everything is a profit, so let's take this. Let's check rough stone actually. So it's 12 copper, but no, it's really cheap. I would not bother with the rough stone. Let's just quickly, and the dense stone. Yeah, I mean, yeah, again, 26 times 20. No, doesn't make sense. So the idea is just to search something which is underpriced here on the side, but at the same time I'm looking at the stuff where I can afford it, because I do have only 9 gold. So like I cannot buy this in order to flip it. Like it would not be possible. I mean, I can check it. Like this would be a nice flip. Like you buy all of these and then sell it here for 6 gold if it's sold, if it sells, of course. But you can earn quite a nice margin on this item. So yes, it would be possible, but the problem is that just the sheer fact that we don't have enough gold stops us from doing that. But let's quickly deselect this and let's skip alchemy. Let's do enchanting and let's do a leatherworking. At the moment we can flip it, and maybe tailoring. So let's try these items, because so far actually, even last time, we did not scan for these items because it just took so long to go through the herbs and through the ores and stones. So we did not manage to check if there is something from enchanting which potentially could be flipped. So I think it's more than enough. I would do a quick scan on the cloths themselves, but we can see that there are actually some items which potentially could be warbear leather. I don't think this is lucrative. This, even though like the price difference. Okay, this is just funny. But this is, no one is using this, so this can be skipped. Same goes for the dragon scales and similar small glowing shards. There is one for this 10. This would make sense if it's not all perfect. It's not already sold. And I would actually take these ones even though it's 2 silver difference, but we can get a bigger profit on the first set. I would open, okay, we have still some gold. So again, the others I would skip because the sell rate of all of these are just bad. Large glowing shard, again the 7, why not? This is not bad at all. Not eye leather scraps. In theory, they could be interesting because they can be used to craft the knot eye leather and level up leatherworking quite cheap. However, there is quite a lot of them. Like this is like 10 gold only here, so no, we will not do that. And this one again, not that interesting for us. Maybe something of these, like thick hide here. 6 average daily sold, but nothing. Um, Void crystal no longer relevant actually. On this, I actually want to check the price of the thick leather, because that one usually for me is interesting. Unfortunately, did not scan it, or no, it's wow. Oh, did someone reset the market, or there is none available? You can see that there is only like these ones for 700%, so this is really expensive. So that one I would at the moment pass. Um, Light hide also 9. Okay, these we could repost. Why not? Please. Buy out. Buy out. Okay. And this is a small profit, but still it is a profit. Rugged hide. In theory we could buy all of these and repost for 10 silver, but the average the market value, you can see that it's sort of the difference is quite high. We could try, this is like some 60 silver. Yeah, we could try it. Maybe it's less than 1 gold, so let's try with this one. We will repost everything for 10 silver, this one and this one. Okay, fine. And let's just quickly do a only letter, sorry, the clots. There is not a lot of them, and they might, so the scan should finish quite fast. So while it is running, I actually noticed one interesting thing, and just to quickly tell you. So first things, you can see that there are some people who are buying the stuff from the vendors and then selling them. So course thread, for example, there are people who cannot be bothered to go to the vendor, so they might buy it from the auction house. You can see that the region average daily sold is like 10. Um, so you can also try flipping that, for example. I don't want to risk it because like this is a vendor item, so it does not make sense to do that. Interestingly enough, linen cloth is extremely cheap. However, the price difference, it's just too small. And this one is an interesting item, and I was thinking of buying that one, but I saw one more one which is a bit more interesting, and I'm thinking of another one. But this one, iron web spider silk, this is a TBC item, and interestingly enough, it says it's in the classic group, but I am quite positive this is a TBC item dropping from the spiders in Terracar Forest, if not mistaken, and it is needed for creating the some of the items, and I think it's mandatory for leveling. So that one could be actually this one. This is the one which I was referring to. So this one I actually don't know what can be crafted from this one, but the average daily sold is 5, and you can here see that there is not a lot of them under the 70 cents, and I think we could reset this one. However, then I was checking a bit more. So silk cloth, for example, is also could be nice reset, but we don't have enough gold to reset because there is like 120 pieces here, which is 2.5 gold by just this here. And then the next one is the room cloth. And now I don't think we have enough gold for this. However, we could still buy, and then there will be just a couple of pieces left before us, and I think it should be fine because the region average daily sold is 1000. So personally, I think this is actually, oh no, 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 it was sold out. Let's see if we can buy all of these. Yes, we can, or maybe not. No, unfortunately, while I was sort of waiting, someone bought all of these. So let me quickly just rescan for RuneCloth. Yeah, someone reset the market. Come on, that was not nice of him, like really. So that could have been really nice flip because we could have sort of if nothing, if we cannot buy all of them, we could have buy bought like, I don't know, there was 30 of them available. We buy 20 and we put these 20 for the next highest price, 15 silver. um since the average daily sold is like 1000, someone who would be buying, they would buy 10 stacks, they would not be buying only 10 pieces. And this would mean that they would for sure buy the 10 which is before us for 7 silver, but they would also buy ours. So you don't necessarily need to look only on the fact that you need to reset the market to the next highest price. You can actually look at the average daily sold and keep some items if you don't have enough gold in this case scenario. Of course, if I would have enough gold, I would buy all of them. But if I don't have enough gold, I would just put it for the next highest price, and considering the average daily sold, they would be sold bought by someone. So it is still an interesting way how to earn money. Unfortunately, someone beat us to it. So it is unlucky as is, but we will then probably go with a silk cloth. The same logic, but the sort of really the income would have been much better with the other one. Um, this one could be also an interesting one, so we could reset, well, everything up to 11, and the daily soul is 29. So I think we will do this with the bolt, and then we will um, finish for this time. So I would just buy even these. Do we have enough? We do. We should have. Yes. And there's 15 of those, 20 silver each. So this would be 3 gold. Let's buy actually some of them. I would use the same logic. Now this is risky investment, but let's try to do that. So let's, all of the stuff which we bought just now, let's take it. I don't know why I moved because I don't have to move, but okay, whatever. So let's quickly post everything, except I don't have to actually also drag them around because the auctioneer would recognize them as is. So all of these we have bought for in average 7 silver, and they're 10 silver. We could buy this one as well, actually, and then let's reset for this one here. I would reduce and I would sell them in stacks of 5. I don't know actually for what they are needed. Ooh, we will not have enough gold. That I did not consider. So let's do like this. Wait. Or we will not have enough money to post everything, unfortunately. Probably we will not have enough money to post everything. This I did not count for, but luckily these sort of herbs are quite cheap to post, so we can at least put them on, and then the rest we can just leave for better time. So this one, I would skip this one, even though it's 20. I would skip and I would put for this one. everyone, you need actually quite a lot mage roll at the beginning to level up. So I would skip. Here I would not skip because there is, I mean, there is 20 something pieces and 93 sold. Let's try here as well. And then we have the Peace Bloom. Again, same thing. I mean, I could in theory buy this, but I don't have enough silver to post. So I would here as well post for this one. This one, these are anyway free, and we can also post them for 24 hours. It's irrelevant. And the glowing shard, which we bought for 10 silver, fine. I will also post these ones, which I actually just got by leveling in chests or something like that. And then there is the light hide, which we were buying for 9 silver. Actually, someone put some more. I would skip them, put them here. It's 1 gold. We spent like 80 silver, so it's 20 silver profit. It's really okay. I would put for 12 hours because I don't have a lot of money to deposit everything. So just to avoid, you can see that I don't have here to post the rugged hide. Of course, rugged hide is a more sort of higher level item, and considering that, of course, it does cost more to post. And then we have a bunch of our linen cloth, which we bought for 330. Again, I did not buy all of them. So in average, we were buying for 330. The 4 silver is the most expensive one. This is the one I would put them here. Do we have enough to? Yeah, we have enough to post for 12 hours. Let me see if I would do for 10. So this is it. This is how I would do it, and I would just post all of them. And we have only 24 copper left, so let's hope something will sell. If everything sells, or if let's say if everything sells, we would have 28 gold. Of course, okay, there is this recipe, so let's remove that one, so we will have 21 gold. Of course, there is a bit of higher chance that we might not sell some of these because we did put them as a second price and not as a first price available, or the lowest. It's the second lowest. So from that point of view, it might take 1 or 2 refreshes, but let's also hope that someone is leveling their professions. Nonetheless, I will keep you posted. It has been actually a couple of days, and just to show you, so if I go here in the ledger and I go to the, well, actually expenses makes most sense. So the last time I recorded was 11 days ago, or actually the episode came 11 days ago. However, I have been a bit playing around. I would explain all of this, but what is most important is that we are level 20. So within these 10 days, I have been mostly leveling, and really slowly for that matter, because if I go played, which is also important for, let's say, this journey, it's 15 hours. So really, I have been just logging in to play for an hour or two to level up a bit, and then logging off. In the meantime, what I have been doing when it comes to the TSM, and just so that it does not turn out that I have been sort of doing something in the background without explanation, is it that mostly I have been just visiting the merchant here and here, and buying the stuff, so from the herbalist or alchemy vendor and from the enchanting vendor. There are some sale stuff which I bought from the auction house here. This is mostly because I was trying setting up the TSM prices. They should be working now. At least I think so. So I just bought the retro actually here, and that's it. So in between, nothing else I have bought on the auction house. So the gap between is like non-existent. And generally, why I have been so slow is because, again, World of Warcraft is not my main game on my channel at the moment. It's the Shakes and Fidget, which is just a parody of World of Warcraft, or the Warcraft universe for that matters. However, I have seen that there is a lot of views on my episode 1, so I decided to just continue now and focus on doing this challenge, or continue doing this challenge. So let's first check what we have from the auctions, and there is actually 25 gold sold. You can see that these bolts of linen which bought during this episode, if I'm not mistaken, have been sold, and this is where the most of it comes from. And then there is also some other stuff here which I sold. This I also bought last time, or like a day ago. I did not record it, but I also did not pick it up just so that you can see it. The prices were actually quite cheap. They were like 20-30 price percent of the price of the market, so this is why I bought them. And let's now open everything. I don't have enough space, if I see correctly. Probably, yeah, not enough. But nonetheless, we will put this stuff on the auction house, and let's see how it would look like. But you can see that we have 28 gold already, which is really, really nice. I mean, some of this gold does come from leveling, probably a couple of them, but a lot of them just comes from reselling stuff, shuffling it on the auction, or reposting it on auction house. Flipping, that's the word I was looking for. So we have the Greater Mystic Essence, which we bought in average 11 silver, and I hope that now it would be much, much more lucrative. There is also a smaller or lesser Mystic Essence, and you can see that the price should be 12 silver per one, which means 36 silver per a Greater Magic, and here it's 33, so more or less the same. But let's see how it looks like when we try to post it. So Greater Mystic Essence 33, 12. So in theory we could, this is one of the way how you can flip gold. You can buy lesser and convert to greater, or vice versa. If the price is significantly different, you can just do that. So from my point of view, the difference in the price is too small, so does not make sense to do that. I will skip the Earth route because I think this is too low price, but I will post the lesser Mystic Essence because we bought it for 5 silver and it's 12. Soldas we bought for 14 and it's 30. So this one, and the Greater Mystic Essence, so we posted everything. I did not set up a different stacking posting, so I just post maximum if possible. If not, then I post the sort of partial stack, but still it's okay. One thing which actually did not work, and I don't know why, I need to check it. It says item group is invalid. See chat. Um, okay, minimum price is invalid, so I need to check up minimum price. I think I just used the wrong word. But nonetheless, let's do the WoW interface, and let's use the auctionator. So this one is just too low price. I don't know what to do with it. I would just keep it until maybe the price increases. Wool cloth actually makes sense to sell. I will just put it for 12 hours. No reason to put it for 24. Mage Royal for sure. King's Blood as well. So Earth Root should have been 3, and we will not do it, and the letter we will keep. And I actually managed to get the Mosagate from a chest, which is really nice, and it's 18 gold, really nice. Ooh, that's a nice find. So I was while I was leveling, I opened some chests. I also found a one piece of room cloth, which was also around 1 gold, which is okay. Let's pick up everything else which we have still. And let's also sell that. Silver leaf. Yeah, too cheap. We probably bought it for more. This we can still sell. And where is the lesser mystic essence? I will actually put it in pieces of 1. The main reason for this is because maybe someone will be making a wand. I don't know if it's actually greater or lesser magic essence for a wand, but still, maybe someone will be buying it per piece much better. So that's it. Now, I would end the episode here, just a brief introduction what we will be doing in the next episode. So, first and foremost, I don't know if we have enough gold to level the leatherworking / enchanting. Especially enchanting will be problematic because it's quite expensive to level it up. I have been saving here. You can see some of the green items, so I can disenchant them. So I will also toss this inside, and also the leather. So I have been, as you can see, saving because we would need a lot of items or a lot of ingredients to do the enchanting in this, and I also stored this one, which I bought really cheap. And I mean, I bought it for 13 silver. It's not cheap, but at that point in time, it was like 20% of the price. But as you can see now, it's 1 silver, so this is a huge loss. However, I kept it because we will probably need it for maybe not exactly small glimmering shard, but or glowing shard, whatever that was. But in general, we would need something to level enchanting as well. I did start leveling leatherworking a bit because I had some of these scraps. They're extremely also cheap on the auction house, and I will buy them because first 20 levels can be done with that one. And also what needs to be taken into consideration is that we actually sort of need to do it as cheap as possible so that we can reach the level 200. And reaching level 200 will be actually problematic because it is sort of would require, if I'm not mistaken, at the end even thick leather. So we will need heavy and we will need the medium leather, and both of them are actually a bit pricey. But we will also try. Oh, nice, moss agate is sold. Really, really nice. 18 gold for that. Um, so it would be really sort of problematic, and we will need a lot of gold to reach 200 in leatherworking. We are not in a rush, as again, to repeat, we are trying to establish a perpetuum goldile, as I like to call it. So the idea is to have an account which will just be self-sustainable and give us a token once per month, so that we can play free generally. Oh, one more thing, you will see it now on the screen, but I found also one more vendor which sells some herbs and similar. If I'm not mistaken, it was Lokmodan where I found it. It was a traveling merchant. Also, you can find one in Wetlands. I was also there. I don't know if actually no, this one is from Wetlands. So I found one in Wetlands as well, and there was a traveling merchant in Lokmodan, but I think he did not have anything for me at that point in time. So either someone bought it or I don't know. But in general, yes, there is some other vendors out there which you can utilize to get some gold, as I've shown you in the first episode and also in this episode as well. So I will end the episode here, and I invite you to like the video and subscribe to get notification when there is a new video out. In the next episode, we will focus on playing the auction house or flipping some stuff, and at the same time I will be leveling leatherworking a bit. Bear in mind that I will probably do it off camera. Maybe I will show some major points when leveling, how to save some money or similar, but other than that, it's just like I will be following a guide which I found online. All in all, that's it for this episode, and live long and keep on gaming.